Alright, what is up guys? Another Rek'sai video here. Inori back at it again, and I'm going to be doing a different rune page. This is what I think I'm going to end up doing after they nerf Rek'sai next patch. Because we lose so much mobility, I feel like we're going to need boots pretty early to buy it. Plus, having Nimbus and Water Walking will be somewhat essential to kind of make up for the lack of movement speed we're going to be missing. So, this is just what I'm theory crafting, is what I'll probably end up doing, because you know, with being slower, we have to kind of like make up for it. We can't go for inspiration. It might be too greedy. You know, it's good to have free boots, but like the whole period where we're not going to have boots might be, you know, counterproductive. And to kind of like bypass the whole nerf, we'll just end up buying like early boots, right? So we don't want to go inspiration because we can't buy boots. And besides that, I think she'll be fine. So I'll probably end up doing a different page. I don't know if I want sorcery second or domination yet, but sorcery does give you that sort of movement speed weakness back. So here, I mean, if you're gonna solo, do raptors, and honestly might be like more of a farm kind of champion after the nerfs. So we might do like a little bit of a power farm Rek'sai clear. I mean, you don't need to gank early. Like ganking early, I mean, it's obviously good to get ahead, but I wouldn't say it's very essential. Like if you were to like kind of keep it slow, farm, get level 4, well, next patch for sure, I think do not gank early, because they're nerfing your regen, your passive, and your early clear bid. So if you actually want to get by, my suggestion is to just play for yourself early until like level 4 or 5. You're gonna struggle pretty hard. There I could have cut like the red a bit more, but it really doesn't matter. But let's say if you solo, if you're trying to play for a crab timer, it's quite hard if you're going to do like a full clear. So it's better off doing blue here. And just kind of doing blue and Gromp together. The thing I hate about Rek'sai full clear is just so unhealthy early game. And it's not even fast, right? I don't know what Riot is like even thinking, but yeah. This is like my pseudo kind of full clearing. I do blue and then Gromp, because blue and Gromp are like these kind of like risky camps, I would say, to do. I'll probably gank after, but the idea is if I do blue and Gromp, I skip wolves. If I do crab, it'll give me exactly level 4, right? But if I do wolves and then blue, and then I won't have level 4 off crab. So that's like why I prefer this clear. But honestly, I think we're gonna be like a bit of a Rek'sai, a do nothing kind of play style, which I don't think is bad. I'll probably try to set up more macro tunnels between camps that are like hard for me to get to. And this idea here, because we solo raptors, what happens is our raptors will respawn. So we have like it's kind of like our way to get the whip by while doing absolutely nothing for the early game. Like, I mean, I could gank here, but like, it's really just like up to me if I want to. But we're generally playing for like, just screw the early game. It's weird, but this is like the benefit of solo raptors. Like, if you're gonna solo raptors like this, and Rek'Sai is gonna be nerfed, like, just do what I'm doing right now. This is kind of like how you... Let's just say you like completely skip the early game while also scaring, just playing for farm. But after this fight, we're gonna have our whip. I mean, we could have easily mixed it up though. Like, we could easily have found like something to go for early. Like, I could have had a bot gank and I still could do the exact same thing I've done. But this is where I would feel like, okay, now I'm kind of happy with that, like where I am on the map. Like, we're pretty farmed up. We're generally pretty farmed up, like 36 CS. Like, my bot will respawn right. We skip the blue, or we skip the wolves. So Gromp's gonna be up. It's gonna give us that level 5. But I'm most likely gonna look for a gank. Usually with these like red side ball lane ganks, what I do is I kind of like hug the wall. I go for like angles like here, or I just wait for like the blitz to like go for a hook here. In this example, like here we just run by them. think I should be okay. Headshots. Not bad, not bad. And we'll probably activate our farm motor right after that. Don't really think I have time for that. I mean, this is like us setting up a beautiful path for us to be in beautiful farm mode. And this is how like Rek'sai will just kind of bypass everything. And this is like going to set up in a perfect level 6 path where wolves will spawn and then we would do wolves. And then when after wolves our raptors could technically do that crab, but could be a bit greedy if Diana and Thresh are there. Let's just say it's too risky. We won't go for that crab. We don't need to. We're going to get 6 really quick. And this is like a slow early game. This is like you can play like this. This is the benefit of, you know, like the early clear I did, right? That solo raptors. This is like better in situations where like I don't think oops. Like I don't really want to do much early game. Like I just don't want to. Enemy jungle's a farm jungler too, so like it's like whatever. I'm not gonna get invaded that much early game anyway, so all in all, like I just get a pretty quick 6. And now we kind of have boot. I mean, ideally, I would probably have bought boots earlier, but it is what it is. We just have to see if we can make value off of this like water walking Nimbus. Like this would be like good for me while I play for this Herald. Well, we know Dinah went boss side. Now we're just gonna play for this Herald. Also, you could do the exact same thing I just did with the inspiration rune too. We didn't really buy boots early anyways, but you would only buy boots early. For example, I got a kill and then I got like the whip and I could buy that boots there. But she's on boss side, so here also freeze it around this HP and you get a beautiful, beautiful extra eye hit there. I'm surprised she's not on dragon yet, so I'm just gonna do this. And she's boss side. Top got a kill, nice. Potentially could dive here, but he's gonna clear really quick. And he's not even letting it come in. All in all, you definitely are still going to play for the Stridebreaker base. And yeah, I mean, honestly, just like a slow game would probably benefit her a lot. You could just go inspiration free boots as well. But what's important is you're going to need to play for your farm more. Yeah, I probably would have had free boots by now. But it's more so like, do I need, like, how much will the other runes have value-wise for me? Oh, Diana. A very brave woman you are. Yes, hook me in. Honestly, I'm not that interested in chasing them, but I will do dragon. I just like to do dragon when I know it's like very free. Plus crab's gonna spawn, plus when bot lane's on the map first. Enemy bot base, Dinah's dead, so not really a bad thing. But Nimbus does have value, like with when you unlock like the smite by like power farming, you're gonna have kind of like an old blue smite. Yeah, dragon is only good in those like that was like a free dragon, right? Like if you just think about how the conditions I made for it, like I created a free dragon, right? So Important to remember that. Here, bot's fighting pretty aggressively, so I just want to back them up here. We'll drop the Herald first, and I'm gonna E, kind of like see where they are. Just want to see if Kai's still lurking. If not, then we can just dive there. I mean, we just gotta punish them. Punish whoever's obviously being greedy. I mean, the whole idea behind this is like our early game is gonna be weaker, so we're gonna try to incorporate more farming early game. This is the like idea I'm trying to like teach you. But once you get Stride Breaker, all that nonsense doesn't really mean. Well, it doesn't really matter that much. You just like you're fast, right? Like now I'm just like back to normal on inspiration. You could probably do the same thing with just free boots, anyways. I don't think I did anything special with Sorcery Second, but it is an option if you want to play more aggressive early game. I think if you want to play more aggressive early game, that's where the inspiration or the sorcery would come in handy. But if you want to do that farm path I just showed you, like a quick, easy farm path, that's probably how I'll do it. I mean, I find myself soloing Raptors a lot, especially if I don't get a leash. And then if I don't get a leash and I have to solo, I end up feeling my clears like very not ideal to gank. So I end up just trying to farm a bit. Here, I mean, Zezlo, I'm just gonna do nothing because they killed him already. But once you get like the Stride Breaker, you pretty much just bypass like the... Like if you get to this point and you're not like behind, you kind of bypass like the whole nerf. Well, I mean, you're just like not nerfed. Could dive in, but this guy needs to push. He's a good dive because we can break the mid tower right after. And if I'm gonna dive him, I just wanna dash and go. You see how like I just kind of like let him go in there. I mean, that's just the one shot, right? If they're in range, you hit that Q, flash, knock up, get the auto attack reset. It's just like an insta one shot right there. At this point, you play like normal Rek'sai. There's like no difference. I mean, I don't know, man. I love Spirit Sojourn second. I always go Spirit Sojourn second. I just don't see, like, especially with me being slower, I love Spirit Sojourn. So, I would want to build it even more next patch because it's so... It's not getting nerfed, and it gives you a lot of movement speed. When the lower you get, you kind of like... You're just gonna be really fast. And then my standard build is like Sterix afterward. I've been kind of like keeping it pretty simple. Nothing really too complicated, but like, you know, at this point, right? It's more about like being, like, you're really ahead, right? Obviously diving is always a high risk, but like invading is low risk, I would say. Just walking in and like, kind of like asserting myself. Play for objectives, stuff like that. Very important. Here we have Dragon and Herald up. I personally would rather do Dragon, but we're so ahead that I think we can probably do both. But whenever you do Herald by yourself, it's always like a bit of a risk, so you have to watch out. Like, especially on these timers, like your team is basing. It is like something you can do, and it generally will work out, but sometimes the enemy team will just rotate first on you, especially if you're slow at it. If I started way later, it could be bad. And also, giving up Dragon for a second Herald is never a good trade, but obviously if you can get both, that is just ideal. Here, I'm gonna maybe I'll base. I have Herald Recall now, so it's not that bad if I base and go bot side. Yeah, we play for objectives. I play for... Generally, I play for picks, and then objectives is how like my mind works around it. If I can get a pick, the objective is just free. But it really depends on like what like my conditions are. Like if I have flash up, do I have R? You know, this kind of stuff can be very important to know. So you just have to like remember those. You know, if your ball lane is fed, play around your ball lane. If your mid's fed, try to play around your mid, right? Like these things people don't really think about in the game, but they're very essential to winning. Is play around where you're strong. You will completely deny the enemy team any chance to win if you just continue playing where you're strong, where your teammates have a lot of money, like your team is fed there. It will just give you the highest probability of winning. You have to think about the game like that. Give yourself the highest probability to win. Oh my... that was about to hit, huh? Yeah, I didn't really do anything with the boots spell. I mean, Inspiration Tree would have been fun with how we're playing. But it is another option for you guys if you want to play something different. I've been playing a lot of Briar. I like Briar a lot. I recommend if you play Rek'sai, you should give Briar a try. She's actually broken. People think she's bad. They laugh at me when I put her high up in my tier list. I should have put her higher, but people just don't understand. They just look at win rates and they don't like even like consider the possibility of that like win rates could be deceiving. Like there has to be more to what's going on, especially when it comes to like new champions. That's always like a big thing. So I knew right away when I played her, a champ like Briar she was just too valuable. Didn't really need to R, just I hate Kaizers. Might as well ulti. Yeah, when you close out games, like Steric's third will just give you that survivability. But I mean, you just have to kind of like, this is like an option for you if you want to play more farm oriented. We'll see how the nerfs are. I'll update you guys more about it when it happens, but this is like my video about it. Hope you guys like that. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Freak is destroying League of Legends. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.